Time out. Say go. All right. JK Rants and Reviews. I'm John. This is Caleb. So moving on from Avengers, the next movie we think you need to watch before you go watch Endgame is Civil War. Oh my goodness, was I looking forward to this movie, and I really thought it would deliver a little bit more darker than it did. But yeah, let's get going. So picks up pretty much after Winter Soldier.
Yes.
And they're chasing Crossbones. And pretty good opener. I mean, the combination of the powers between Scarlet Witch, Falcon, and Captain America, and then you got Black Widow. She's in it, which doesn't really combo the powers, but in that. But I mean, really good, especially controlling smoke. And Falcon got bumped up.
Falcon got quite a bit more screen time as well, which
flipping and kicking,
which was pretty awesome. It was also nice to see somebody who's technically human fighting alongside them that wasn't Hawkeye or Scarlet Witch, and keeping up.
Right. He stretches.
Up.
He stretches.
Because at that point, it's nice to know that we're gonna continue after Endgame.
Right. Endgame.
I'm bitter. So Crossbones. This is where my major problem comes in: is how quickly that part of the story is over, and how much it changed from what we had seen before, whether it be in cartoons, comics, whatever, or just hearing from our friends, or just Google research.
Looked cool.
He looked great. He looked really good. It was built up at the end of the last movie, and then it just tanked right there.
Great actor. Looked cool.
Yeah. Well, he was also... Wasn't that the same guy they cast for Deathstroke that's now not happening?
Different guy.
Different guy?
Different
they
guy.
Look similar.
Different guy. The guy that showed up at the end of
Justice
League?
Yeah,
different guy.
They look...
Guy's awesome, though.
Now I'm going to rewatch it and be like, yeah, that's a different guy.
Yeah.
Oops. IMDb will help you. No, that was... My main problem was that right there. After that...
Because it was like a 30-second fight scene. Good fight scene.
It really was good, but it was just over so fast.
So fast. And I mean, Cap got punched a couple times, but not enough. I don't know. I mean, I don't think... I mean, they had him in the exoskeleton suit, which is kind of what they go into in S.H.I.E.L.D., which you haven't seen because you're scrub. I mean, I saw it the third season, but I saw that.
Ghost Rider's all that matters.
Right. We need a new one, even though I love Nicolas Cage. If he can hang in there and do one more. I hated the second movie, though. Anyway.
I loved them both.
Oh, I bought them both. $1. Anyway, so...
$3.95.
So Crossbones is going to kill himself to get back at Rogers, Captain America, and Scarlet Witch sees it and contains him kinda and throws him up to get him away, and boom, blows up the building, which leads us into the beginning of the problem that leads to Civil War. And then they have a meeting where they start to separate, and everybody needs to sign, and they're going to go to the Accords. And then another big factor in all the Captain America movies, because it's the third Captain America movie, Bucky is framed, we come to find out, spoilers, for the death of T'Challa, the king of Wakanda.
No.
T'Chaka. No, T'Chaka is Black Panther.
T'Challa is Black Panther.
No. T'Challa. Time out. Oh, okay, he was right. I called it earlier.
He did call it earlier. Now that you're all here watching,
and there it's full on from there. I mean, they're signing the Accords. They're not messing around.
It's running very, very fast paced, and you get the introduction of what has become one of the highest grossing films. You get the introduction of Black Panther.
Oh, fantastic.
Which is, I actually just got chills talking about it because he does fantastic work.
Wakanda forever.
He is brilliant. He is fast. He is everything that I've wanted to see in Black Panther since I saw a cartoon of it when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
And
they took him serious, too. They made him look awesome. He shows up on the scene.
Yeah.
Whew.
When he shows up, his first scene where he shows up and he's chasing Bucky.
Well, we gotta get to the funeral first.
Well, yeah, there's a funeral.
So the funeral. So when Cap needs to make his decision after Bucky's blown up the building, and he's getting ready to sign it, maybe not, and come to find out, Peggy, the love of his life, has died, and it kind of seals up, comes full circle.
Age issue. It's weird.
Didn't make it.
She didn't age as well as he did.
Yeah, but I mean, it was cool. He still got to say kind of goodbye. I mean, he got to see her even though she was kind of having some Alzheimer's or dementia.
I'm just saying,
yeah,
the family tree's getting weird.
That's a little strange, but I mean, now she's gone. It's okay.
Stranger Things,
right? But that was cool though how they wrapped it up. I mean, I thought that was. I mean, it's obviously sad, but at the same time, it's emotional for him. Like, you know, in that speech that she's giving, she's like, you know, where you can compromise, do. Where you can't, don't. And right there, he was like, yep, that's it. Boom, done. I cannot do it. Cannot. What's funny is, like, at the beginning of this movie, like, like, I'm Team Cap. It's my dog. Love Captain America. I mean, I love Iron Man, too. There's nobody that does that character better than Robert Downey Jr. Nobody. I mean, you can't have... I don't know if you can have Marvel without Robert Downey Jr. I'm sorry. Like, I feel bad saying that. Like, for everybody else that's involved.
It's going to happen, but I don't know where it's going to go after that, because this man was the glue that made all of this happen. If Iron Man would not have been as successful as it was, we would have never had any of this. At least not in this form.
No way. I mean, he was so good.
We may have gotten Nicolas Cage. Just think about that.
Right. But getting back after the funeral, like you said, Black Panther chasing Bucky. Whoa.
He's moving fast, and you can tell that he is a force to be reckoned with. His suit is absolutely brilliant. I mean, it just shows through that. I feel
like Captain America in that scene, though. I was like, you're cheating. That helicopter just shot at you, and you just looked it down. You just stared at it.
He's still going. Still going.
Yeah, he didn't even flinch.
Nothing. And he's driven. After his father's death, he is driven to make sure that the man who did it pays justice. Nope, that's not right. Pays justice? Nope.
Gets justice?
Ending the chase scene.
Ending the chase scene, yeah. It was really cool. I mean, when you finally get them to stop on the freeway or whatever they're on, you got War Machine that stops and, like, congratulations, Cap, you're a criminal. And Cap, I was like, get him. And he stood down. I get it. You know, we're going in peacefully. This is the best Cap could hope for. And, I mean, Cap knows that his life is never going to be sunshine and rainbows. After everything he's seen, after he's always willing to get into the fight, like, he knows it's not going out peacefully. He knows he's not.
And he is absolutely okay.
Yeah.
Just stopping and paying. He's respectful to everybody else's wishes. He's really trying. Even though it's a cause that he completely disagrees with. The Zarkovia Accord was something that was making it so there was going to be a registry. There was going to be, you know, with his background with World War II, that just was not acceptable with him.
And Howling Commandos, go in, do what you got to do, get out.
Yeah, and I can respect that. And actually, I do think that the Accord itself it could have been handled better. I mean, just like most policies.
Well, you've got Thunderbolt Ross coming back in, the same guy from the Hulk movie with Edward Norton. So that was a nice continuation. It was a nice little piece
awesome,
added.
Actually, yeah.
And then he just comes in and puts it on the table. He's just like, look, this is what's going to happen because it's got to happen. You guys messed up here, and here, and didn't even say... He did say, I guess, in the beginning, the world owes you a great debt, but then he was like, look, that's all over. Yeah.
He's like, you can't just go around destroying places. Yeah. You can't...
No.
And
this ain't two-man touch no more.
That part's understandable. It's the registry that got me caught up. You can't just...
that fun and games is over.
You can't... And then it was revealed the film before? the Avengers that they could track people, or was that
That was in Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier?
Yeah,
yes.
they did the cannons, the gunships.
Yeah,
That
so
was
we
awesome.
are seeing who everybody is, which there was a nice spoiler in that. If you haven't seen it or haven't seen the films past it, definitely go back and check that out for the nice little spoiler.
Yeah, Winter Soldier is definitely one of our favorites.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, we will
hands
definitely be
down.
reviewing that
I mean,
someday soon.
yeah. So back to Civil War. I don't know where I was.
So now they get captured, and they get to some facility. I don't know if it's really that. I don't know if we've ever seen it before. I don't think we have. I don't think so. It's some kind of government facility where they were going to put everybody like Captain America, Falcon, and the Winter Soldier behind bars, basically. And then Iron Man shows up and tries to talk Steve Rogers for the last time, like, "Hey, sign here.
Just please do it.
Right, we can make this like it never happened."
And we need you, Cap. That was his big line, which was true. They really needed him for what was about to happen.
Sometimes I want to punch you in your perfect teeth.
Yeah.
Love that line. Civil War. God.
Yeah, we also get to see one of my personal favorite side fight scenes is Black Widow and Bucky.
In the dining room?
Yes.
I think her fight scene with him is probably better in the Winter Soldier, though, isn't it? Because he's full roided out in his outfit.
It is, but this one's fun because it's quick.
It is quick.
I really enjoyed that it's like, even after the fight scene previously, she just runs into it. She doesn't care. She's going to fight him. And, I mean, of course, we all know what happens, or maybe you don't.
Well, the only thing I don't like about this scene, though, is Iron Man, Tony Stark, is behind the corner. He's got his watch. He's like, whoop, whoop. And he runs in. I'm like, yo, no, that's the Winter Soldier, son. That's the coolest bad guy, or toughest bad guy. Loki.
Good bad guy. Good bad guy.
Brainwashed bad guy. Awesome. Like, I don't know. When he rolled in there, I was like, after Iron Man 3, he relies more on himself rather than his tech.
And that was one weird thing, too, is after Iron Man 3, you get all of these faulty suits and emotions and all this weird stuff. But then Iron Man's around the corner with just this watch.
Right.
Like, where is your suit?
Well, he's got like this sonic cannon.
Yeah.
And he runs up to him. Why are you running up to him? Like, did you have some like handcuffs I didn't know? Because you don't want to close the distance on a hand fighter like that.
And that is
keep the distance.
one thing that we know about that version of Tony Stark. He's not that hand-on-hand combat coordinated. He needs the suit.
Yeah, he's got some boxing and probably some training, but nothing crazy. Nothing like super strength. Like
nothing like Bucky Barnes would have by that point. A trained killer. That's all he's doing is hunting people down and killing them. Yeah.
But that was a cool fight scene between him and Black Panther, though, without the suit. But Winter Soldier's, man, just awesome. I can't get enough of the Winter Soldier, and he gets away to the roof, and then you got Captain America trying to hold back that helicopter, and that bicep is just about ready to blow up. That was crazy. I think he actually injured himself in that scene doing that. He was pumping a little too much. It was leg day, and he should have stretched. But good. And he hits his head, and then they go on the run, and that's when Ross is like, I should have stayed in a squad. And he was like, look, I'm going to go get him. I'm not going to be in the three-piece this time. I'm going to take care of this. And that's when they call in, Cap calls in Ant-Man, and I don't think we've seen Hawkeye yet.
No.
Right, call in Hawkeye.
But we do this is where we start getting the comic relief of the film, and it's actually really good. Until this point, the movie's kind of dark and cryptic. It almost feels like a DC movie. Yes, I'm going to keep dropping those. But once we start getting Ant-Man, and we also start getting a little bit of Spider-Man, we start getting a lot of comedy. We also get Tony Stark hitting on Aunt May, which is really funny.
It's Tony. He's
Yeah.
having problems with Pepper, and that's nice between what we didn't talk about. That's nice between, so you got Captain America having problems with his ex, being she died. That's not her fault.
You can't change that problem.
Right. But now you got problems with Pepper and him.
Yeah. Also, before that, Gwyneth Paltrow's contract had ran out before, and she re-signed for a movie or two, which was strange and out of nowhere. So, yeah, you start getting scenes where
Chemistry's fantastic between those two.
Oh yeah,
Fantastic.
I mean, the Iron Man and Spider-Man characters together in this film, I would not have thought of a better pair. And then there's a secondary pair that come together, and that is Winter Soldier and Falcon.
Yeah.
Their on-screen chemistry, it's a love-hate, and it's fantastic.
Everybody's got a gimmick.
It's laughable, and if you haven't seen it, you have to see it.
Oh,
it's
man.
worth it.
It's really good chemistry out of nowhere.
It really is. I was
Can you
laughing.
scoot over? No.
I laughed at every scene with those two together.
That little car. But then,
they had to kidnap Ant-Man. Let's just talk about that. Where are we?
right. Put some coffee in him. He's good to go. Then when they get to that, though, I mean, it just, hey, we're going to sneak away and get this going. We're going to stop the, oh, God. See, this is the problem with this movie, is there's not a great villain. It's all, everything that's a product of these movies building up to the Avengers messing up occasionally and all this. What's the villain's name? Help me out here. Baron von Zemo?
His plan is very complicated and literally is only happening due to circumstance.
Let's say it's like a DC. Let's call it DC. It's like Lex Luthor planned all this stuff, manipulated everything
It's
to
like
get
the
them to.
Batman versus Superman plot.
But Batman vs Superman came out first.
True.
So I'm not taking anything away. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
So
We gotta give Batman vs Superman something.
There's a lot of coincidences for Zemo.
Yeah, we'll call
Zemo's
him Zemo.
plan. He just randomly calls a hotel. Like, how are you gonna know that you're gonna get the right person? How are you gonna know you're gonna
Make it in coffee.
Like, I don't understand.
I don't know either. He's good. It's just it's background noise. It is background noise compared to everything else that's going on.
So if we're just going on what happened to the last film, Avengers, that we're talking about here, Loki, he actually stood a chance against getting this group together. And back to Avengers, real quick. Loki's plan was to break them up and let them fight each other until the death.
Right.
And that was a solid plan because they had never met and they were all full of themselves.
Not team players.
Yeah, whereas here, Zemo's Hydra.
Yeah. Well, no, he's not Hydra.
He's not
He's
Hydra.
gonna kill the Hydra guy.
Yeah, he's
special forces from Sokovia.
That's right, and he's going on a mission that all of the specials shouldn't have a place in our world.
All right, they've got to pay for what they did. He lost his wife and his daughter. That was a really cool throwback. He keeps listening to that, kind of motivating him, reminding him.
And that
was cool.
That is sad. I see that being a good motivating factor. That's right. I don't know where I pulled that out of. Yeah. It was a good motivating factor, but it wasn't quite.
It's just background noise. I mean, it's kind of cool because it's very different in this universe. Somebody just pulling the strings. You know, it almost feels like. I mean, you got a little bit of it with Hydra pulling the strings behind S.H.I.E.L.D., but this was one dude. One guy.
Literally one guy, and nobody could find him.
Right, so yeah, I mean, claps to him.
Yeah.
Clap.
Now, I will say what gets me about nobody being able to find him, yes, he was special services or whatever the equivalent of that is, yet you have Bucky and Cap, and they can't find him? Now,
I don't think they knew about him, though, did they? Nobody knew about him. That's what he's pulling all the strings and nobody knew about it.
That's the other thing. How is he pulling these strings? How does he know this much? How does he...
Well, because he knows the Winter Soldier is rogue, and so he uses him because he knows he's friends with Cap to blow up the thing.
Coincidence.
And he knows Cap's going to separate from the Accords, and I think he's just
relying on coincidence.
Right, and he forces Cap to fight the would-be evil super soldiers. So and Iron Man's in his way. I mean, there are some things that definitely could ruin the plan. I mean, just by the time it rolls up, Iron Man doesn't want to hear it. He's like, "Look, I don't care. This is the only thing I got on my agenda. I got to get you taken in."
Yeah. So Iron Man and Cap. This is the true part of Civil War, and this is actually the #1 redeeming quality of the film, in my opinion. I love the movie, but their fallout,
man,
it's hard. Now, granted, could it have changed with a little bit more conversation and a little less fist? Yes.
Well, but they did have some ups and downs, though. Like when they first roll up, like Cap, like is brave enough to go out in front of all of them. He knows they're there. And then Iron Man, can you help a brother out? And, they talk about it for a minute. And he tries to tell him, like, look, I got to get after these super soldiers. Trust me. And he's like, I got to take you in. Trust me. And they're just like, they got to do it. And so that's when we meet. The flip from Spider-Man was amazing. Hi, everyone, with his shield. That thing is awesome. That was a great landing. I kind of missed the landing, but...
you ever see that really old movie?
Right. Just fantastic. That fight scene is phenomenal because I was worried. Like, I wanted it to go dark. I wanted stuff to go down. I was hoping for 2 parts so that way you could build and build and build and build.
And that was
didn't quite get there.
It did at the end. The end got very...
It did, but I wanted to see all these characters just go full tilt.
And I think that was going to be the plan for Civil War 2. However, that morphed. I don't know if that was due to contracts, due to writing, due to creative difficulties, whatever.
Those fight scenes were awesome, though. The playful banter.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, they're fighting, but they're not fighting. You're pulling your punches and stuff like that. And the best fight, okay, so, I mean, there's an awesome fight scene between Captain and Black Panther. I mean, there's also a lot of fight scenes that are amazing. But the best part is, I would say, Giant Man. If I tear myself apart, don't come back for me.
Yeah.
And then he comes big. Tiny Dude's big now. Tiny Dude's big now. Give me back my roadie.
You guys ever see that really old movie?
Oh, my God, I love the Star Wars reference.
And the airport fight scene leads up to, I mean, Iron Man's rage is flowing, and you can see that. And Vision actually has some sympathy going on. And
right. So, Rhodey accidentally gets shot down by Vision.
Yes.
And then that's kind of where the timeout goes. The Captain America and Bucky get away. Maybe I'm not worth saving, Steve. Which is a nice little moment. That's once again comes back to I'm kind of over it. Whatever it becomes, I'm okay.
And Black Panther is hot on their tail in the Batwing.
In the Batwing.
That's what it looks like. I mean, no offense.
Well, no.
But.
No.
Yep.
No. Timeout. I mean, not edit, but timeout. So, Iron Man goes to see everybody that gets captured in the floating prison, sinking floating prison.
Yes.
And then he, lies to Thunderbolt Ross, and he goes, and then Black Panther follows Iron Man to the scene.
That's right. That's what it is.
Iron Man.
Well, Cap and Bucky are headed to kill the other super soldiers, or at least fight them and incapacitate them. Iron Man is thinking he's going to help now. He
gets it. It's a true story. He found out that they found dude in the bathtub. That was the actual doctor that was going to evaluate Bucky.
He sees that Bucky didn't
not the villain.
Yeah, he's going to go help.
Right.
Yeah, and then you've got Black Panther right behind him on a mission to still kill Bucky
in the Batwing. So then they get there. And they walk into the door, and you're waiting for something to go down, and you realize all the super soldiers are shot in the head just while they're asleep. You're like,
and
there goes that. Well, what are you going to do?
You're kind of thinking that your final scene is toast, and you don't know,
because the bad guy's the main dude. You're like, wow, that's going to be a fun fight.
And then this Zemo, this dude we were talking about earlier, I think.
We were. Yeah, he's in the background, still pulling strings.
So
he's sitting behind this protected little case and they can't get to him.
Cap throws a shield at it, doesn't work.
So it's like, check out this VCR I got with this VHS tape.
Iron Man caught up to him at this point. And he's like, I'm here to help.
Right, yeah, we missed that point.
Yeah, so he's here to help. They all go in this room, and then Cap throws a shield, and it doesn't do anything, and it's like, you guys watch this. I'm the bad guy. Here's the whole plot. And the video shows that Bucky killed Tony Stark's parents.
Violently.
And
viciously.
We all know that he was brainwashed.
Right. There's really good clarity on that street cam
from the 90s.
From the 90s. I mean, you really got to see what was happening. You got to see it crisp and clean.
I'm just saying, for the most part. I've watched Cops a lot, and that was a pretty clear camera.
Pretty clear, yeah. What you gonna do? Sorry.
I'm going to watch America's Most Wanted.
Which three's coming out?
There's a reason to live.
Right.
Thank you, Will Smith.
Right.
So, yeah, that happens. And then you get the breakout of the fight.
Just backhands Captain America.
Yeah. And he's
out
like,
of my way.
I didn't know. And did you know? And he killed my mom.
Did you know?
He killed my mom. You can't.
Right. Epic.
So,
just my friend. So was I.
Talking and therapy could have helped this situation, but instead we're going to use fists.
Fisticuffs. So good. Little cat and mouse, little back and forth. He tries to stop Captain America a couple times. He doesn't really want to fight him. He's all for the Winter Soldier at this point.
Yeah, he's trying to get Captain America out of the way to get to the Winter Soldier.
Captain America's kind of messing around, messing with the flight, messing with the other stuff, and kind of, toning him down a little bit.
And now the fun thing happening on the side is Black Panther has found Zemo, because Zemo has completed his mission, and he is going to shoot himself. Well, Black Panther realized what was happening, and he's not going to let this happen. He's got to live with what he did.
Right, doesn't want to kill him.
No, he doesn't want to kill him.
So much character development in this one movie for a side character that probably the whole movie's got, what, 10 minutes of screen time, maybe?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm guessing. Not much. Yeah.
Yeah.
The living is not through with you yet.
Yeah.
That's my best impression.
It wasn't bad.
Not bad. Yeah.
So that, to me, just set up what we got in Black Panther later, and that is he was the best casting choice they could have made.
Fantastic actor. Michael B. Jordan steals that, though. He walks into Black Panther like,
I'm not gonna lie, that I'm sad that we won't get more of that. Anyways,
right. But finally they end up in this little tiny area, and
somehow,
and then they're just wrecking Iron Man. He's on one knee, and they're just kicking the crap out of him. And then Bucky grabs him by the chest, and it's like,
and he's
trying to take out the arc reactor.
Yeah, and then you've got. He
blows his freaking arm off.
Yeah, blows his arm off. Tells Friday, "Let's kick his ass," because it's not
can't beat him hand to hand. Analyze his fight pattern.
Yeah,
let's kick his ass.
And you get this point where they hit him with the shield and his
hang on,
helmet.
He's got to do it again for the third time. Third time now. I can do this all day.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Third time, at least second time. I can do this all day. Third time, yeah, because they do it twice in the first Captain America: First Avenger. Yep. And I'm like, nope, you can't. My money's on Iron Man at this point. But yeah, then he just wrecking him with that shield. Bucky catches him off guard, and he just rams that shield home on the arc reactor. He whips the shield and hits Tony over the face. Tony sees it. He's coming. He's like, I'm done now.
It looked like he was going to kill him. It really did, and you can see it in both their faces.
Right,
and they're like, no, that's not where we're at.
Right, and these characters are fantastic. I mean, they're so ruined by the end of this movie that nothing will ever be the same, especially their friendship, that Cap's trying to walk away, and it's like, my father made that shield, you don't deserve it. And so he just drops it. He's like, whatever, I'm done. And Tony's like, well, that wasn't really satisfying.
Yeah, and then after that, it's really weird. You get some forgiveness from Captain America. He's like, if you ever need me, Tony.
Yeah, the cell phone's a nice touch. This is a nice way to end the movie.
Yeah.
Tony Stank.
Tony Stank. And you've got one more little tidbit. Not only did Black Panther make this man live and make him live with the choices that he made, he also took in the Winter Soldier. So that way...
Captain America for a time, yeah.
Yeah, so that way Bucky could find himself. That way Bucky can heal. That way Bucky's worried about being...
They're both healing. That's fantastic.
And Bucky's also worried about being brainwashed again, so he's escaping. It totally did end in a way that they were setting up a Civil War II, and I don't know what happens, contracts, aging, stuff like that.
Right. Would have been better had two-parter, but, I mean, for the one part we got for, like you said, the aging and the contracts and got to keep things moving, I really thought somebody was going to die. I really thought somebody was going down. Marvel just didn't want to take the gloves off yet. They're like, no, not yet.
I really thought it was going to either be Rhodes or Captain America. And that's when I saw Crossbones in the trailer, it's going to be Captain America. I
thought Winter Soldier. Maybe he would take over for Chris Evans that wants to go and do other things. I don't know if the guy who plays Bucky wants to or not. But
I think that was originally going to be saved for part 2. But between contracts and, there were also more characters that were going to be involved in part 2 that they didn't have yet. Maybe those things are what played a factor into just moving on to the next set of films. Then we got Black Panther, we got Spider-Man Homecoming, we got Avengers Endgame.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, if you made it this far and you like what we're doing, pretty please hit like, comment, and subscribe, and be sure to click the notifications so you can get some more R&R. Let us know if you're Team Cap or Iron Man, or if you flip-flopped. The first person to comment made it. I'll give a shout out at the next video. We'll see you next time. JK out.